Welcome back, YouTubers, to the terrain room. Got Cody and Tommy here. Today we're going to be talking about laying some track in the tunnel areas. I'm going to point out a few things for some of you guys. And remember, we didn't follow their instructions 100% because I'm using flex track in most of the curves, especially in the tunnel areas. So given that said, now I went ahead and pre-marked where some of my layouts and turnouts go, and from there we're going to go back to the tunnel area and start showing you how I'm going to figure out where the flex track's going to start and where it's going to end at by doing that. Very important that you get this part right, because once you get the track laid down and it's glued down, then here you come with the saw, snippers, filing, all that, and that's going to be more aggravation. So we're going to try to make sure we're ready for the flex track to go in before we lay the flex track. I went ahead and started pinning down some of my cork roadbed just to kind of get an idea how it was going to lay down. I took and laid down some of the foam roadbed that come with the kit. I just don't know if I'm too fond of it. Real hard to bend, it kinks up a lot. Just not real fond of it, so I think we're gonna go with the cork roadbed. You know, it comes in a wide piece like this, and then you peel it. Now you gotta do a little sanding on it, you know, get some of the rough edges off, and we will. I might even demonstrate doing that a little bit. So let's pause the video and we'll come back with the camera closer to the layout here and show you what we're going to do. Until then, be right back. Alright, welcome back to the train table. Alright, I got my 60-degree laying right here. It's dead center of the styrofoam coming this way, that way, that way, that way. So what I'm going to do, our roadbed, our cork roadbed is going to end. You want to end it just a couple inches back past the where the plaster cloth is, and then you're going to start the track another couple inches back past it. Okay, so we're going to, here in a second, I'm going to lay out my track. I got an 18-inch radius going in right here, and then it's going to turn into a straight. And once we get into that, we're going to figure out where I want to start my flex track, back in here, and then it'll go up underneath the overpass. It'll come back out right here where I'm already laying some of the roadbed, and you see I started the roadbed just past where the plaster cloth is, and then like I said, the track will probably start right in here. And always remember, you don't want these joints to come out the same. You never want your joints to come out the same. This is like building any house or any kind of thing. You never want your joints to come out the same, because you want them to overlap, and it gives you more bite here and here. And whenever you're laying this and the temperature changes or the gluing is not quite right, it just makes a better seam whenever your joints don't come straight across. So when I butt this one in, I got something to grab here, and then it's got something to grab here once I butt this one up. Always good practice. Cody's already practicing over there to lay out roadbed.
Just trying to align it correctly.
Alright, so right here I have one of my turnouts. And what I done previously when on my update video y'all seen, I went ahead and had some turnouts set out here, different places on the track, and I went ahead and pre-marked where them go. So I know this one goes right here. That center, that dot right there is on the inside, and where the other track starts is right there. So I got it centered there, and come back here. I got my center right there. So now I know I start off here with a straight, and to right here, you can actually see the line down in there. That's where the straight ends. And then I think this is where we'll come in and put a 18-inch radius. I think it's going to be a little short to meet the flex track, but we'll see.
I'll right back to the little so it can be a bit easier.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to do next. So let me get some few pieces of track laid out here to kind of see where we're going to go, where we need to start, and I'll be right back. Alright, quick update, guys. I'm looking at the instruction book on putting in the turnout, the turn. You got E, which is 1.5 inches, F, which is 1.25 inches. Then you got J, which is a 1/3 18-inch radius. And then you have D, which is a 2-inch straight. Okay, now looking at this is the large cross, and I'm thinking what happened was on the original Atlas code 100, I've seen them online, it stops right here. So Cody, hand me my tape measure, sir.
Alright.
Just hand it to me. So if you measure about right there to that joint, is 2 inches. So guys, if you have the large cross, 90-degree cross here, remember, you're not going to need that 2-inch piece to go right there. The 2-inch is obsolete with that. So if you're looking at this book too, there's also another J right here. You see there is a J, and underneath that road is another J. So word of advice, take the time, and as you're fixing to get ready to lay down your risers, go in there and draw a line from wherever them lines are out, and then come back and put what track goes where. Draw your lines out, that would be a good reference guide, because at first I did not see that there's not a J there, but I figured out there's got to be another J. It just wouldn't work out. And then with the 2-inch added on, it put this cross over here. So large or small, got to figure that out. Now my 60-degree is a normal regular 60-degree, it's not a large, which is good because it turns right here. It turns quick. Another helpful hint, now as you're looking at your turnout coming through, it's a pretty good smooth transition, and it looks good. But now if you watch, as you go into your 18-inch, it turns pretty quick. And there's nothing much we can do because we're following a guide using risers and stuff. But now if you was to build your own layout, your own way, 100%, I would suggest a gradual turn, grad into that turn. And doing that using flex track will give you that option. You would take your flex track, where this 9-inch piece comes out right here, you would bring it on back here so far, and then start your flex track, and it will give you a smoother transition in that turn. So you're not doing you're slowly going into the turn. So I went ahead and got my track laid from here to make sure it fits. Now I did push my turnover. Now I did mark right here and right here previously to putting the risers up where this turnout went. And you see I put a K, I put a 9-inch, and I put an H right here. So I knew that that's where that turnout should be. So everything else should line up perfectly going out through here. So right here is where the track stops. So I'm going to put a magic marker mark, run it straight across so I can see it real good, and then I know that's where my flex track is going to start. Okay, it's far enough back that I ain't got to worry about having a mess out here. I can clean it up when I get ready to lay this track back in to meet this. And then I got enough clearance from here to here to get enough ballasting done that I can get all this ballast, and all that will be out here. I don't have to worry about trying to get up in that tunnel to do anything else. So that's the plan. So let me go ahead and get some more roadbed kind of figured out, and I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to start working this way to that spot, get these two pieces hooked up, And hopefully in a few minutes we'll be ready to start gluing some cork roadbed and get at least this track done tonight. I don't know if I get to this track tonight. It's kind of late tonight. Cody's got to get ready for bed, got to go to school, but I'll be back in a few. Well, welcome back. Okay, so we're done a little test fitting here. I got my 60 and my 90 degree cross done. In instructions it says a 3-inch and a 2-inch. Remember, this is already 2-inch cross, so we just needed a 3-inch. Well, I don't have no more 3 inches. So we just took a piece of flex track, I cut the ties out and butted it all up. Everything looks good. Went ahead, right here it calls for a H, which is a 18-inch full radius. It's coming out just past the plaster. It's going to be good. So we'll start a roadbed probably right here, and then we're going to make a mark for where the flex track, or I don't know if we might do it. Yeah, we'll just bring the whole flex track out right here. So I'm going to make a mark here where that flex track's going to go, so I can save some of my 9-inch straights. And then inside that tunnel should not be but 1, maybe 2 joints in that whole tunnel, and that should be it. So let's tell you what, while I got you here, I'm going to go ahead and show you. I'll get my little Sharpie out. I've done looked, everything right here looks real good. So I'm just going to do a, so this is running right on the edge of this cutout in that right there. This one's running about center ways right here. You'll excuse me and my camera, I'm no good at this stuff. And then this one's going about right here. So what I'm doing, I'm going ahead and pre-marking where that 90 cross is. And I'm going to do the same thing up here. I'm trying to look at the camera and I try to look at the track, and so my camera kind of gets off a little bit. So what this is, it's telling me exactly where the end of the rails are. I mean the ties. I'm not going quite with the rails. So that tells me that. This one goes right here. I think Cody's done kind of bumped me right here a little bit, so we'll readjust everything a little bit here. Get everything centered back up. Now this may not follow exactly in the center of the layout, guys. I mean, you see I got a little bit more here than I do here, but that's close enough. So let's go ahead and get my turnout done. So then when I'm laying this cork roadbed, I'm going to come back. I might make more marks here and there, so I'll know exactly where all this goes. And as you can see, that right there is lining right up with that line where I put previously. That one is too. So I have a good idea where this layout's going to sit. I could probably come right up here. Won't be no plaster right in there, so I'll see that. And then right back here where this turn goes. So just give me a good layout of where each piece goes. Now I'm going to disassemble this piece in one. Alright. I'm not going to solder yet. I'm going to wait, because if I solder now, and I might have to move it a little bit. So once I get it glued down out here, then I'm going to come back with a soldering gun. I'm going to solder these outside joints, not the inside, just the outside, right in that. Then make sure it's good and smooth and flat. Run a file across it. And same thing here. I'm going to take this whole section out as one piece, and that way when I get ready to lay it back, it's one piece. I won't have to try to figure out, well, where did this piece go, where did this, pull it all out at one chunk. Same thing here. I will pull the turnout along with this 9-inch straight, unless I change that to that turn like I was showing you on the update video. and these two pieces will come out with the turnout. So I have 3 sections right here that I will set aside somewhere out of the way for the time being. So right now we're going to go ahead and get this side laid out, and that's where we're going to start. See you in a few.